Hello and welcome to brand new Active TV, bringing on-demand workouts anytime at home. So I'm Sean and I'm the fitness instructor here at Active. Hope you're all doing well. So we're going to move on to what we're going to do in the session. So in the warm-up, we're just going to spend about 5-10 minutes getting ourselves warm, and then in the main session, we're going to split it doing upper body, lower body, then a little bit of cardio to finish off before going in for our cool down. So if you're feeling unwell at all during this workout, then just stop and then you can come back at it later on. Alright then, so we're going to go in for the warm-up now. So all we're going to do is just start off by just going in for a little jog on the spot. So we're just going to focus raising the heart rate to start off with, and then we're just going to bring our arms in and we're just going to go in for some forward circles. So I'm going to try keeping that little jog going throughout, so we're raising the heart rate as well as warming up the upper body. So after doing a few forward, then we're just going to bring the arms back then as well, just so we're going in both directions. And then we can just slow the feet down and then just bring your arms across your body. So we're going to start off doing an upper body part of the class today. So it's important that we make sure that our upper body is nice and warm, ready to go in for it. And then from that, then we're just going to go in for a few lunges. So from that, we're just going to lunge forward. And as we lunge forward, just add in a little rotation and just going back and forth. So when we're lunging forward, all we're doing is just shifting the weight onto that front leg. We're rotating over to the side where we're lunging down. And then good, you just take it back into a little march. So in between the movements, we're just going to go into the march just to keep that heart rate up. And then we're just going to take it down into a press-up position. So if you see from the side, all we're doing is taking the heel of the foot down, and then we're just going to alternate legs from there. So it's just warming up the calves. And then in our own time, we're just going to go in for a few striders. So it's all we're doing, bringing that foot up by the hand, holding that stretch there, going back into the calves, and then just over to the other leg, and the same thing there. So just going to do a few on either leg. So getting the calves warmed up, and then adding in that stride. And then we're just going to go over once more on the other leg. Nice hold there. And then just take it back into standing. Just going to go back into that jog, get that heart rate back up, and then we're just going to go in for some high knees. So all we're looking to do is just driving the arms and the legs up. Just keep that going. So as the warm-up's going on, we're just going to increase the intensity of it a little bit, building in for that first set of work. From that then, we're just going to go feet just further than the shoulder width apart, and we're just going to go in and do 5 squats. So just as low as it's comfortable, bringing it down and back up again. So just one more there, and then just back into a little jog. And then we're just going to go in for heel flicks. So it's all we're doing, just flicking the legs up behind the back, feeling that stretch there. And then just take it back into a little jog. And then again, we're just going to go in for another 5 squats. So again, feet just further than shoulder width apart, just taking it down as far as it's comfortable. 5 more there, so just 2 more. And then that one last one, taking it back into a little jog. And then just to finish off the warm-up, we're just going to go in for a few star jumps. So from there, just doing the star jumps before we go in for the main session. And then just take it back into that little jog. And then we can stop that there. Alright then, so now that we're nice and warm, we're going to go in for the main session. So what we're looking to do is it's going to be 3 exercises, 4 sets Tabata style. So Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So the exercises that we're going to do is going to be press-ups. So it's just going down from here, down and up. If you're struggling to do press-ups, then we can drop it down to your knees and we can just do the press-ups from there. So you might find if you're comfortable doing press-ups, as it goes on in the 3rd or 4th set, you might start to struggle, then you might want to drop it down to your knees. And the other one then is going to be a clean and press. So if you're fortunate enough to have a kettlebell at home, you can use a kettlebell. If not, we can use a dumbbell or a water bottle or anything else that you've got in the house. So it's just from there, flicking the kettlebell up and above your head. So we're going to do one set with your right arm, and then the next set then with the left arm, exactly the same movement. So those are going to be our 3 exercises that we're going to be doing. So we're just going to go in for it. So it's going to be, like I said, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. So we're going to start off with those press ups. So once we're ready, and time is on. So from there, so it's just 20 seconds worth of work. So that is halfway through. We've got 10 seconds left to go. And then we got that 10 seconds off. So in that time, take your time to recover, because we've got 5 more seconds off before we go in for the next one. So it's going to be the kettlebell clean and press, or whatever you've got at home, and off we go. So we're just backs nice and straight, powering up, and then pressing it up above your head. So down to the floor. So that big power up using your legs, and then that press up above your head. So it's important to use every part of your body really whilst doing this exercise to power up, and then add in that flick. So that's that done. First one on our right arm, now we're going to move it over to our left, because we need to do both sides. So left one, exactly the same thing, power up using your legs, and then getting that weight up above your head. So flick and press. So again, remember to use the power in your legs, and then up it goes. And that is time well done. So that's the first set done. So we're going to go into our second set. We've got 3 more sets left to go. So we're going to take it back in for that press ups. So once we're ready, and off we go. So again, like I said at the start, if you are starting to struggle with the press ups, we can drop it down to your knees. And then last one there. And then we're back up. So we're back into that clean and press. Back in using whatever weight you've got available for you. And again, remember to power up through your legs. So from the floor, we're powering up, and it's that press up above the head. So when doing this exercise, you're working on the leg muscles from there, as well as the shoulder muscles to power it up over your head. And back down. So take our time again to recover. We've got 10 seconds off. As well, when you're using one arm, you're working on your core as well to stabilise yourself. And then over to the other arm, and the same thing there then as well. So up it goes. So again, remember to engage your core throughout. So you're stabilising yourselves. Last one. And then back down. So good news, we're halfway through it. You've got 2 sets done, 2 sets left to go. So we're going to take it back in for those press ups next. Once we're all ready yet, and again, off we go. So when we're doing the press ups here, we're working on the tricep muscles to the back of the arms as well as the chest. And then one last one there, and then we're back up again. So we're back in for the clean and press. So again, as I've been saying, power up through those legs and just press that weight up above the head. So from there, up it goes. And that's us halfway through the right side. So we've got 10 seconds left to go. And then just one last one. Good. And then we're over to the left side. So take our time again to recover. And then onto our left, and off we go. So up it goes. So again, making sure you're using our whole body to power it up, as well as that core muscles to stabilise. And then one last one, and up it goes. Well done. So we're on for our last set of work. So just a minute and a half of work left. Last push of the upper body, and we're in for those press ups. And off we go. So it's going to be the last set of press ups we have to do. So let's push that extra a little bit for the last 10 seconds. And done. Well done. So we're on for that clean and press. Like I said, last set on both arms before we're done with the upper body. So right side start off with, and up it goes. So last 10 seconds then now on the right side. Keep that going. And last one. Well done, good work. So we're on for our left side, last 20 seconds of work for the upper body before we move it on to that lower body exercises. So left side, and off we go. And now we're on for the last rep. One last bit of work on the upper body. Well done. Good, and we can stop that there. So we're going to spend about a minute or two recovery in between upper body and lower body. So if you've got any water at home, now is a good time to have some water. I know I need it. Right then, so just remember doing that. You don't have to do that whole 4 sets. You can add on an additional one at the end if you want to, or you don't have to do that many. You can stop after the first or second one. Remember what I said at the start, if you're not feeling well, you can stop at any time. And these workouts are there for you, so you can come back and do them at another day. Alright then, so we're going to move on to the next part now. We're going to focus on the lower body, give it a chance for our upper body to recover after that. So we're going to move, we're not going to need the weights anymore, so just move it out to the waist, we don't trip over it, because we're going to be moving a little bit more in the next part. So just going to move this out of the way. So it's going to be this similar sort of setup now for the lower body. It's going to be 3 exercises, again 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 3 exercises, like I said, so 4 sets, so it's going to be bang on 6 minutes, the same as the upper body session. So the 3 exercises that we're going to do is going to be squats to start off with. So same as we've done in the warm-up, we're just going down and back up. Just take it down as far as it's comfortable. You don't need to go down any further than that. And then we're going to do lunges, is going to be the other one. So again, similar as what we've done in the warm-up, just without the rotations. So it's just going to be shifting the weight onto that front leg, going back and forth. Then the last one we're going to do is going to be a squat walk. So we're just going to take about 4 steps forward, 4 steps back. Or if you've got less room, just take it that 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So what we're looking to do is down from a 90-degree angle, and we're just going up 4 steps, and then we're just looking at taking it back 4 steps. So 3 exercises to burn the legs, so we'll go in for it. So we're going to start off with those squats. If you want to add in a little squat jump, add in a jump to the movement, then you're more than welcome to do so. So enough of me talking, so we'll go in for the squats. So once we're ready, and off we go. So we're just squatting down, like I said, the same as our warm-up. Again, if you did have weight in the house and you wanted to add in some weight to it, then again, that's optional as well. But most of us, some of us don't have any equipment, so we're going to focus on body weighted squats. And then our first 20 seconds done, so we can stop at there and have a little rest. So the first set might feel alright, it'll probably start to hurt a little bit more after that. So we're going to go in for the lunges next. So see from the side, so we're just looking at lunging forward and going back from there. So when we're doing it, we're looking hopefully that our knees don't pass the toes when we're going forward. Otherwise we put a little bit too much stress on the knees. So we're just looking at that lunge forward, alternating legs. And again, we can stop that there. So the last one was that squat walk. So try and stay down as low as you can throughout the full 20 seconds. And then off we go. So we're just down. So I'm just going to take 4 steps forward there. And then 1, 2, 3 and 4 back. And we're just going to go back and forth from there. So like I said, if you've got limited room, just taking 1 or 2 steps forward is fine. As long as we stay down nice and low, then it's going to have that effect on the legs. And then we can stop that there. Good. So first set done. So it's those 3 exercises now repeated for another 3 sets. So we're back to the start, back in for those squats, and off we go. So again, the same as we've done in the upper body session. If at any point knees or hips or anything is starting to hurt, then you can stop at any point, have a little rest, have some recovery, and then these videos will be there for you if you want to do later on or at another day. Stop that there, squats done. So we're halfway through in the squats. I'm going to move over to the lunges next. So again, I'll show you from the side, and off we go. So we're just looking at lunging forward, alternating legs. And then just one more. And then we can stop that there. Good. So we're another 10 seconds off now. Then we're going to go back in for that squat walk. Then we're halfway through the legs part of the session. So again, taking it down as low as we can, nice and low. And then off we go. So it's just that 4 steps forward and 4 steps back. So we're going to be keeping it down low, roughly 90-degree angle if you can. And then again, we can stop that there. So good news, we're halfway through. So we've done about 3 minutes of work. We've got 3 minutes left to go. So we're back in for that first exercise again, which is the squats. So once we're ready again, and off we go. So like I said at the start, feet just further shoulder width apart, and you want your knees to be in alignment with the toes. So when we're squatting down, my knees are following my toes. And then we're just going to go in for one more from there, and then back up again. So we're over to the lunges again next. So the good thing with lunges, if you've got a weaker leg, the lunges will have that opportunity to work on both legs without overcompensating, which you might do doing something like the squats. So lunges, so when you're doing this now, the left leg is taking the majority of that pressure, now the right. So it's good to strengthen up both sides. And then we can stop that there. So in for that squat walk, and then we're on for our last set of work. So again, down as low as we can for that. So off we go, and it's just that 4 steps forward and 4 steps back. So your legs are going to probably start to feel a little bit of a burn by now. So we want to maintain that low. We don't want to be standing upright to do this. We're nearly there, just one last set left to go. And then back up we go. Good. So for our last set, last minute and a half of work, back in for that first exercise, we're back in for those squats. Last one, and off we go. So we just got 20 seconds worth of squats left, and then we're on for our last minute of lower body. Halfway through the squats already, less than 10 seconds left. And then we can stop that there. Good. So like I said, less than a minute of work left to go. We're over to the lunges next. Last set on the lunges. And once we're ready, and off we go. So again, just alternating legs, shifting the weight onto the front leg. And then we've got 10 seconds left to go. And then we can stop that there. Brilliant, good. So we're on for our last one, last 20 seconds of work. Let's try and get really low for this one. Last push on the lower body before we move on to some cardio work. So off we go, down nice and low. And let's get those 4 steps forward and 4 steps back. Last bit of work on those lower limbs. So we've got 10 seconds left to go. And then once more backwards. And then we can stop that there. Brilliant, good work. So again, we've got a minute or two off before we go into the last part, the cardio part. So again, it's a good time to have some water. So if you've got water with you, then take some on. So again, the same as the upper body work. If at any point you felt dizzy or unwell, or if your knees or hips or anything like that is hurting, then obviously just stop. And like I've been saying, you can revisit these workouts later on. All right then, well done, good effort so far, brilliant. So we're on for the last part of the class now, so last 6 minutes, and it's just going to be a little bit of cardio work. So exactly the same as we've done with the upper and lower body. So it's going to be 3 exercises, 4 sets, 20 seconds on and 10 seconds off. So 3 exercises. First one's going to be high knees. So similar to the warm-up, we're just driving the arms and the legs up. If you're struggling with that, then we can just do hand to knee. So if you're struggling, then just bring the knees up. As long as you're working a little bit of a higher intensity than a march, then that's fine. The next one then is going to be star jumps. So we're just going from there and doing the star jumps. And then your last one then is burpees. So we're going to try going chest to the floor on the burpees, but if you're struggling, then don't worry. So just chest to the floor, back up, and a little jump. If you're struggling with that, let's just take it down to there and back up as well. So those are your 3 exercises. So we're going to start off with the high knees. So we're going to go in for it. So again, 6 minutes of work, and then we're just on for a cool down. So we're pretty much done from there. So once we're ready, on for the high knees, and off we go. So we're just driving the arms and the legs up. So we're looking at bringing those knees up as high as we can, and just driving the arms throughout as well. And then we can stop that there. So we've got 10 seconds off to recover. Take your time in our recovery, then we're on for the star jumps next. So once we're ready, and we're going to go in for those star jumps. So again, the same time scale, just that 20 seconds of work before we move on to the last one of our first set. And then we can stop that there. So take your time, you've got 10 seconds recovery now before we move on to the burpees. So remember what I said, try getting your chest down to the floor. If you can't, then don't worry. So once we're ready in, and off we go. So when we're coming up, just add that little jump up as well. And then just one more, all the way down, and back up, well done. So that's your first set done, 3 more sets left to go. We're back in for those high knees next. So again, remember driving those arms and legs up throughout, and off we go. So again, the same as the other 2 ones, as time goes on, it's going to get a little bit more difficult because it's quite repetitive work. So if at any point you want to drop it down, rest there to a hand to knee, just to simplify it a little bit, then feel free to do so. So your next one now again is the star jumps. Once we're ready for that, and off we go. So this is our second set. So once we do the burpees next, we're halfway through this last bit of work, and then we've just got the cool down left to go. And again, we can stop that there. Brilliant, well done. So take that time again to recover. We've got about 10 seconds off before we go back in for the burpees. So again, try if we can, chest down to the floor, and off we go. That's halfway through, so 10 seconds gone, with 10 seconds left to go. Try getting one more in. And then we can stop that there again, so well done, we're halfway through. 3 minutes left to go, that's all we've got. So we're back in for the high knees next, and then once we're ready, and off we go. So try and maintain that intensity there if we can. Keep those arms and the legs pumping all the way through. And then take it back down to a little march. So again, take that time to recover. We've only got 1 more set of high knees left to go. We're in for the star jumps next, and off we go. So just the burpees left after this one, and then we're on for our last set of work. And then we can stop that there. Brilliant. So on to the burpees, like I said, then we're on for a last bit of work. Last push, last 2 minutes or so of the class. So back down for those burpees. So getting 2 more in if we can. So all the way down. And then just one last one. Well done, good. And now we're on for our last set of work. Last minute and a half, so one last big push before we're done. So we're back in for the high knees, and off we go. It's like I was saying, try keeping that intensity up. Keep the arms and the legs driving. Just 1 more minute left after this one. And then we can take it back into a little march. Well done. 2 more exercises left, 1 minute of work. And then star jumps, off we go. So we've just got 20 seconds left after this with the burpees. Almost there. And then we can stop that there. Well done, good. Last one then is your burpees. Try bringing your chest down to the floor all the way through this one. We're going to try and get about 5 out in that 20 seconds time. One last push and off we go. Try and get 2 more out if you can. Add in that 1 extra. Well done, good, and we can stop that there. So again, before we go in for the cool down, if you're going to grab hold of some water, especially after that last part, is quite tough. So it's important if you've got water with you, stay hydrated throughout. That doesn't mean just in between sets. You've got 10 seconds recovery in between. Obviously you can take on water throughout that part as well. All right then, well done, brilliant efforts, fair play. So we're just going to go in for the cool down now to finish off. So it's important that we're still doing the cool down. I know sometimes when you're doing home workouts, you might only be doing main sessions, but it's important to do the warm up and the cool down correctly as well. So we're going to start off by going down to the floor. So you'd be glad to know. So we're just going to do a lower back stretch to start off with. So all we're going to do is lying down flat from our stomachs, and then we're just looking to lift the head and the chest up from the floor. Nice low back stretch. Just remember when we're holding these stretches there, remember to breathe. It's never good to stop breathing. And then from that then, just bring it back up to this position. Arms behind your back, just push out in front. And then once more, we're going to take it back down and back into that same stretch we started off on. So again, lift the head and the chest up off the floor and hold that stretch there. Good. We're going to go from that then into a press up position. Don't worry though, I'm not going to ask you to do more press ups. Just going to do a calf stretch. So from there, cross over that back leg, loose here from the side. And we're just looking to push that heel down towards the floor. Feel it pulling on the back of the calf muscle there. And then just change it then over to the other leg. And then exactly the same stretch there then as well. And just hold that there. Oh, then from that then, we're going to go from our knees. Take one leg out nice and straight in front. And then just lean into that stretch. So again, you should feel that stretch pulling the hamstring to the back of that straight leg. Hold it there for a couple more seconds. And then all we're going to do is bend that front leg and then just tilt forward from the hips. So you'll feel it pull in on the front of the opposite leg now. Just hold that stretch there again. And then again, just change it over to the other leg. So again, first one, that leg needs to be nice and straight. So again, stretching the hamstring of that front leg there. Just hold it there again for a couple more seconds. Then we're going to do exactly the same with this leg as we've done with the other. Bend that front leg and then just tilt forward from the hips. And again, just hold that there for a few more seconds. And then bring it back up. So from there then, we're just going to take it up to a standing up position. If you're by a wall or for someone there that you can lean on, it's quite tricky on your balance sometimes. We're just going to grab that leg and just pull it behind our back. So we're feeling that stretch now in the front of the quad. And just hold that stretch there again. Give your leg a little shake. Then we're just going to move it then over to the other leg. And exactly the same stretch there then as well. So again, it's working, pulling on that quad muscle on the other leg. Have a nice stretch there. And again, give your legs a little shake. And the last one I'm going to do then is just an upper body stretch. Just grab your arm. We're just going to pull it over to the other side of your body. Hold that stretch there. So it's important that we stretch. Hopefully then your muscles won't feel as fatigued the next day. And then you can give another one of our workouts a go. Give your arms a little shake. Over to the other side. Hold that stretch there then as well. One last one. And then again, give your arms a little shake, give your legs a little shake, and then we're done. So well done, good work. So if you want to do any more of these workouts, then if you just head over to our website at active.wales, then you'll be able to find some more of the workouts there. Or if not, you can download our app at Active Sport and Leisure. You can get it from the App Store. So if you download those apps or go on the website, then we'll do more of these workouts there. So stay safe, hope you all enjoyed, and see you soon.